sea. With a better infrastructure, we're building for the future. A nation rising with pride, and we know you'll be satisfied. And now the pleasure is ours to invite you to our shores. You will never regret for sure. The spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice. Yes, we're building stronger and stronger. It all goes well for the future. Oh yes, the spice leaves. Yes, we're building better than before. And to your tourists we offering more. Oh yes, the spice leaves. The gem of the Caribbean, struck by Hurricane Ivan. The spices blew in the wind and the people all started to scream. The force of the hurricane has wrought havoc and caused great pain, but we are proud to say that we are on the rise again. Because our people are strong, it didn't take us too long to start to rebuild our land. The spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice. Yes, we're building stronger and stronger. It all goes well for the future. Oh yes, the spice leaves. Yes, we're building better than before. And to your tourists we offering more. Oh yes, the spice leaves. The spice leaves. The spice leaves. The spice leaves. Sanitation never gets mentioned, but the place always bright and clean. The workers up early each morning with push broom, you hear them sweeping. But potholes are real hard avoiding, cause climate we cannot control. So the travel workers keep pouring Baba Green to cover up each hole. And the policeman and DJs jamming every melody behind Jamo and Specky, Black Wizard and Squeezy. And you defend all, you just keep coming, cause you love the fun. Sometimes your pocket's empty, you still come out supporting me. Now the time has come to show appreciation for the job you've done, keeping our music moving on. And so I ask you appreciatively, stand and take a bow, proud and happy. Take a bow, stand and take a bow. Sanitation, trouble, steel bandman, musicians and all calypsonians. Take a bow, stand and take a bow. The Spice Island needs you. If your time allowed for contribution, she has gotten from you. It is time that you take a bow, take a bow, take a bow. It's high time that you take a bow. It is time that you take a bow. James Claxton and Peck musical maestro. It's high time that you take a bow. Bruce Taylor and Dr. Wax for your promos. It is time that you take a bow. And we know they were under all kinds of conditions. It's high time that you take a bow. The Seamen and Waterfront Workers Union. It is time that you take a bow. The Ministry of Sports, athletes of our country. It's high time that you take a bow. You know I must make mention about Junior Murray. It is time that you take a bow. And you, and you, and you, and you. It's high time that you take a bow. And Dr. Stanislaus, you deserve one too. It is time that you take a bow. And you, and you, and you, and you. It's high time that you take a bow. DJ Cracker, Ali J, and Roach take one. I'm proud, I'm strong. I am a Grenadian, yes man. Grenada, Grenada, the land where I was born. I know you were so boring. Men have raped you and abused you and left you there crying. I devote my heart, my body and my soul. I stretch forth my helping hand to help you out. I haven't got diamond, silver, nor even gold, but blessings I give to its west, north and south. Oh, Grenada, Grenada, here I come. Sweet, sweet Grenada. I will never, ever, ever let you down. Oh no, I'll always be your support. Right here by your side. With my arms around you to wipe your weeping eye. Oh yeah. It's quite a long time now since you have fallen back to the last rung of the ladder, and your neighbors stand up there and uttering no talk, but to help they just don't bother. Some of your friends have turned their backs on you. They don't want to see a friend with your name on it. Don't bother with them. One day you will rise up too. 'Cause in times to come is the bread they might have to eat. Listen, let we go. Oh,
fight and make their own decision and boast to the world that they are the reigning champs. While your friends them happy, had times they were going through, they still wouldn't help you out if you beg them please. But woe unto them, little do they know that a good name is better than great riches. Oh, Grenada, Grenada, here I come. Sweet, sweet Grenada. I will never, ever, ever let you down. Oh no, I'll always be your support. Right here by your side, with my arms around you to wipe your weeping eye. Oh, Grenada, Grenada, here I come. Sweet, sweet Grenada. I will never, ever, ever let you down. Oh no, I'll always be your support. Right here by your side, with a big festival to wipe your weeping eye. Let we go. If you feel the pain like me, feel free to say, I love my country. Oh yeah, Grenada. Oh, I love you, Grenada. I'll always be right by your side, Grenada. Oh, why, Grenada, 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 Grenada. Oh, I love you.
I make up my mind to come to my country, 'cause life out here is getting too hard for me.
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, wherever. Oh, that's too low. Yeah, let me just bring it nice right here. Sorry about that. Good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, wherever you are locally, regionally, internationally.
Let's to relax till the day is
This is Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you until the 10 o'clock hour. Now 13 minutes after the hour of 8.
no place like home.
We're saying a special good night to all the listeners, those joining us via We Noise Radio.
Right, come home with a smile. There is nothing there.
Those of you on YouTube, on Facebook, we say a special good night to you. Our listeners out in North America, digging yourselves out of the snow. Got quite a few messages from many of you out there today. Yeah. Some folks were digging out. Some folks were asking people to help them dig out. Some people say, I can't deal with that now, boy. Imagine, hot sun in Grenada could have been on Grenada's beach, but look me here, under how much feet of snow.
Carelessness and selfishness, that is wrong. They only want to listen, they don't have no reason. They want you to feel the country is falling down. Because home is where the heart is. There is no place like home, no place sweeter than home. It's a special feeling, it's the sense of pride. Come home with a smile, there is nothing there to hide.
Yes, as we come closer to our Independence Day, although we are Talking Points make a point of playing that kind of music throughout the year. Yes, not now you're supposed to be listening to radio. You're supposed to hear that whole year, you understand? Just like some folks, they play soca and kaiso and all kind of thing when it's carnival time, and as soon as carnival done, they're done with that. They ain't playing it again. They gone to back to strictly reggae and hip hop and all kind of thing, and they're not playing the local music, yeah? Good night to you, Giza. I'm sure I saw you pop in a moment ago.
Grenada for me till the day I die. Because home is where my heart is. There is no place like home, no place sweeter than home. It's a special feeling, it's a sense of pride. Come home with a smile, there is nothing there to hide. Because home is where my heart is.
And we've got quite a bit to speak about tonight, just making sure I see the magic number from on my end before I start the conversations for tonight.
There is nothing there to hide. Because home is where my heart.
But the amount of information again for the hard talk rewind, hard talk Lord, talking points rewind. It looks like I might have to do that more than once a week, you know.
Come home with a smile.
So we ended up going for a little over 3 hours on Friday night, yeah. For those of you that missed that one, you need to go back and check it out, yeah.
Like home, no place sweeter.
So I ended up going for over 3 hours.
It's a sense of pride. Come home with a smile.
Imagine that's just the tip of the iceberg. We have a lot more that we could play and so. I think I want to take, one more tune. Yeah, I think I want to take one more tune for the Independence, but I feel I'll take that tune. I wonder if I have it here already, man. I had to play that tune, man. Yeah, I had to play a 2026. If it's one person send, then it's one I go play. If only one studio send a tune for me, well, that's the one I go play. I can't play what I don't have. If the others don't send, I can't play it. So don't vex and say, I ain't playing all your own and I playing other people's own, eh? Nice. The reigning Independence Calypso Mona, Jermaine Superstar Simon.
While condition change, while order rearrange, the banana trade died, so we diversify. Transform the tourism sector, planted much more than banana. Embrace ICT and renewable energy. We never lost dive, today we strong and alive. The economy thrive, so much benefits we derive. While some countries fumble, our economy is stable, refuse to crumble. We anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. So we find success in everything that we do. We may lose a battle, but never a war. Tell them the truth about Grenada. Let them know we anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. A country that's blessed with people like me and you. Celebrate number 52 and know all things are possible. We anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. Natural forces threaten, yes, we vulnerable to hurricanes and storms, drought and soil erosion. But protect our natural beauty, preserve biodiversity, and we safeguard too the well-being of the people. We blend seamlessly with everything around we. Man and his environment in perfect harmony. What natural forces alter, we rise up together. and society. Put trust in the Almighty, an anchor of faith, so it bend but can't break. Peace, justice, equality, hallmarks of society. And inside here, we always willing to share. Yes, we believe in the power of prayer. Whenever we lose hope, or there is fear and despair, we know God is on our side to watch and guide our needs He provide. We are God in faith, guided by purpose too. We put God first in everything we do. So much blessings upon this land, so we say God must be a Grenadian. Oh yeah, we anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. We put a little spice in everything that we do. Celebrate number 52 and we are special people. We anchored in faith, guided by purpose too.
Yes, indeed, folks. Jermaine Superstar Simon with her Independence tune. Yeah, she's defending the Independence Monarch crown, but she come heavy, boy. Carriacou people. Yeah, I'm going to shout out Jermaine. That's Carriacou people, you know, I'm telling you. Yes, indeed, folks. And for tonight, we leave the lines open so you can call at any point in time. You know, it's only the WhatsApp. Yeah, because we're not in the old, yeah, right. So 1473 440 7377. You can call us at any point in time on that number. But usually if I play in a clip, I might have to hold off on taking the call until after I play the clipper. And let me just say a special good night to all of you joining us there. Let me see who is on the Facebook. I see John Mark, Wallan Akwat, Kenrick Gibbs, Noah Ludlow. Wow, cold out there in Destiny in Florida. It's cold as well. Wow. Neil Stafford, Charmaine Ragbasing, Winnie Simon. I see Rosanna Nichols, Sherms Houston, Cynthia Collins, Tegwa, Yvonne John Roberts, Dillion Pierre, Leroy St. Paul, Teresa Collymore, Nurse Wendy Maguire. Yeah, girl, I hear you cancel for today. Lynn Joseph, The Truth Mitchell, what's up? Yeah, keep the fight, girl. Betty Ann Marie Venter, Glenda Anritz Robertson Smith, good night to you. Cicely Celestine, Esther Peters, Connie Tompkins, Junior George, Gillian Prescott, Hayden Augustine, McLean Mitchell. Yeah, good night to all of you on the Facebook and all of you who have not checked in, but you're there on the Facebook. Good night to you as well. And let me see. Good night to you, Vanessa Ladry, Lester Abraham, Claude Abraham, Teresa Joseph, Anna Lewis, Anastasia Buckmeyer, Anne-Marie Grant, Deborah Flanders, Cynthia Bartholomew, Dalton Strawn, Carib Spice, Gillian Noel, Kathleen Ledlow, Dennis Sandy, the lovely Mr. and Mrs. Watts, David Langclos, Clive Raymond, Lona Lolo Williams, Ruth Chitterman, and I see Vanessa Lalji, Mr. B. Sherma Jeremiah, Kathy Albert. I hear from you, girl. Like that cold rail take you today. That cold rail take you today, girl. Jakim Williams, Sherma Jeremiah. I see Roslyn Jones, Renee Zadi. Good night to you. Jefferson Hagley, Jackie Raymond, Jillian Williams, Marilyn Ferguson, good night to you. Enid Dakota, Sky, Chris London, Moko Joseph, Sharon Felix, Angel Mapp, Hillary Joseph, I see Norma Felix, Chris London, good night to you, Soldier. Demetrius Joseph, Stephanie John, good night to you on the home circle. Tati, good night. Andrea Burke, and let me just get a sip. Reginald Edgar, John Henry, let me see who else is here. Yeah, good night to all of you under the YouTube. Yeah, and all of you joining us via the various other means as well.
In the Caribbean there's an island, found and set aside by nature so beautiful to see. Spice Island of the West, and in the West Indies, I say green.
I read see some kicks over the weekend, you know. Yeah, I saw some stuff over the weekend there.
Foreigners have recommended it highly. Hand in hand for a better land of people who can understand that's business right out of darkness.
You know, on Friday, we took the time to explain the IMF report, the report that came out from the International Monetary Fund in relation to Grenada and Grenada's standing. And we took the time to explain to you that the positive points that the IMF report is speaking to has absolutely nothing to do with the present administration, but still has to deal with the new National Party. Things that were put in place by the new National Party that are now bearing fruit. Yeah? So it's like your grandfather planted the grapefruit tree and the mango tree and all this, the sauce-up tree and the sapodilla tree and all of them things. And after your grandfather gone, you are the ones that are benefiting from those fruits. And that is what is taking place with the IMF report. When you look at the positive aspects, they speak towards the things that the new National Party had put in place. Yeah? And I see some things over the weekend, and we'll get to that in a short while. Let me go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott, and good night to the Grenadian people home and abroad.
Camille Teresa Scott.
Yes. Patty and Matthew, God, they reached, thank God.
Okay,
All
in that
the way
weather?
back place.
In that weather? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, poor them.
Yes, but yes, there a lot of snow then. Leave on. Good night. He listening. He sent me some photo. Oh, the whole house covered with snow. Canada and all have it hard, you know.
No, but they go have it harder. You know,
Mr.
they
Watt.
more not. They having it harder than the US.
Yeah, Mr. Watson, let's stay warm. Drink your cocoa tea. Drink your cocoa. Put a little brown strong rum. Outside, cold up there. Everybody, it's cold. Take a sip of strong rum. Anyhow, I just want to say good night to everybody who is listening to my voice. Dr. Mitchell, good night, wherever you talk. Good night to everybody. Sheldon,
Yes, ma'am.
you promise when you get time, you have to come and pick up the thing. 'Cause I don't know how to put it online.
Okay, no, I'll pass by you. Don't worry.
Yes,
I just
fast,
started the
whenever.
last few days. I couldn't even leave to go and do anything.
Yeah, you had the call. Upon you kind of have a hostess.
The medication that's doing that. I don't have any
Oh.
cold. I haven't had the cold for months now. It's a medication
Okay.
I'm using. I'm afraid to say
People
that on
say
air. It's damaging my
If you
throat.
take the medication, don't want drink no bush, you know.
No, I don't. Nah, I ain't drinking.
All
bush, I
right,
take with it.
you can't drink bush and go and take doctor medication. Next thing you fall on and they give people, you know.
Yeah, but
Because
usually
bush, you have to be careful.
the strength of it,
Yeah.
it's I realize it's damaging my vocal cords a bit and my throat
Okay.
and everything. So I have to kind of.
But if they tell you take 2 tablets, take 1.
Well, it was one shot of this thing I had to take a day, but I mean,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah, well, go back to the doctor and tell them what's going on. Anyhow,
yeah. I'll
you
visit the
take
doctor.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take care. You take care. You know one thing I want to say tonight to parents. Parents that have children going to secondary school and even if when them little children, they don't hang out like these big children. When you hear after 1, there is some high school children, some from the park in the one in the park with the brown and things
Oh,
tie.
Wesley College.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
These children are some GBSS. Boy, Mr. Ashby, these children them couldn't do that. Some of them boys again from the same school in the park, they come in, they changing the white shirt, they put on one, put on a blue jersey today. Parents looking at your children bag before they leave. They leaving home with a white shirt and something happened to them. You can't say what clothes they have on when the police go with them or whatever, whoever. They're changing and it's children sitting down on that bus terminal and getting on. They're making love. When I'm telling you love, when man and woman will kiss up and hug up and touching. Speak to your children. and they sitting there all 3 and 4 o'clock, 5. This friend won't go and get bus. The parents reaching home before them. I had to call the police tonight before I leave. And I said, officer, I had them on the phone. Look the time. This children come and sit down there. And up to now, they sit down there and they will not go and get a bus. This is why people that say them busmen don't want to take them children. It's not a busmen. Them children don't go in on the bus. You hear me? The PVC boys. One has seen the PVC boy this evening. These boys are the children from the time they return the terminal, they take the bus. But this GBSS boys, they're in the park. He had some from the Fletcher School in Tantinde.
J.W. Fletcher Memorial, yeah.
Yes. They're not going home. Why? Well, I had to ask for them children. Why the reason you're not going home? Somebody molesting you home? Somebody doing you something wrong so you don't want to go home till your mother or your father come? They laughing. What is that lady? You know, because sometimes, so parents, you have to look out for your children. They don't making look right telling you how to man my phone, you know. Right stuff, you know. And the children have no shame. Big people that is there and they getting on. One little boy, they love your little girl. That one going to PVC. And that little girl going to high school. I have them on the phone. And you have big people there, they're getting on with all kind of blackness and bad. I am speaking to parents tonight. Speak to your children. When them little girl get pregnant, let her bring the child, you know. Let her bring the child. Because they're doing the thing in the open. Let her bring the baby when they get pregnant. Because there's some of these bulk boys and them, they're more hot than them little girls. No respect. The police can't tell them nothing. The police cannot tell them nothing. When I call the police, I asked him for some time and I spoke to him. They run. They run to go and get bus. Some run down the river road bus, and some run up, go by the fish market. The police cannot do nothing. When yellow the police used to be around, no school children could hang out. He used to make them take the bus. But these police they can't tell them nothing. They can't tell them nothing. I see that with my eyes. I ain't telling you, somebody tell me. But it's sad. Because Sheldon Scott, you're not seeing rich people children liming. You don't see them Indian, you don't see them Syrian, you don't see them Chinese children liming on the terminal. The many times I don't watch them Chinese, some Chinese boy, one going to, I think 2 going to BBC. And he has some Indian, which is Muslim or whatever. From the time they reach, they look for the bus, they take the bus. Only poor people children. Poor people children that mother and father struggling to give them a bus there. To buy the nice sneakers, give them phone. They will not go home and they're not taking lesson. If they're taking lesson, they will not reach there after 1 and leave the terminal 5 o'clock in the evening time. I had them on my phone. If I want, I could post them up. I could post them. Let the parents see the behavior of all the children. And one tell me, my mother say, you only manage young children then you getting old. And I fast. Well, I will always be fast. As a mother, as a grandmother, I will always speak out when I see children doing wrong things. I know some of them, the parents struggling to send them to school. Why the boy change his jersey, put on a blue jersey on him. He took out the white shirt and he put on a blue jersey, a black cap, and he put it thick in the back. Yeah? It's sad. So don't blame nobody and say they spoil your children when they didn't get the 7 and 8 subject you pay for them to go and do. Don't say nobody spoil them. They spoil themselves. They could go home and help you and do something in the house. Go home and help, go and change the sheet. Go and help, do the homework. Do something. They there in the terminal and some of them smoking. They bind it there, they put it in like a chubby bottle. And I like 16 going on 17 years. are there on the terminal, and what I see with my eyes, it is my children. I bit off the tail for them. Have a good night, Grenada. Who want to be vet? Who want to say a fast? I will continue saying a fast. But I will put up the picture there. I am more than Pharasi. Have a good night, Mr. Scott.
All right, Gabby, you have a good one.
Sad. It's really sad of the behavior of these children.
Indeed.
Good night.
Good night, Gabby. Well, careful, Cammy. Go put up the picture. All right, go ahead. Play with Cammy. Feel Cammy joking, yeah. Feel his joke, she joking. All you go found out. Go ahead, yeah.
Glad we ought to be of our country.
Yes, indeed, folks. And I was telling you all, on Friday, while going through one of them thing that has passed for newspapers, I saw an article where they were basically asking the editor of that publication was calling on the NDC to push the IMF report. All you get a nice IMF report and all you ain't pushing it, and all you leaving the IMF report, all you ain't pushing the IMF report. Let's see which one I'm talking about here. That's about as much fame as I will get here. Right, yeah. So they was pushing the thing, telling them that they need to push the IMF report. Good night to Jamari Auntie. Yes, I see you there. And somebody is calling. Let me take the call. Taking the calls. I give the calls priority. Hello, good night. Hello.
Mr. Sheldon, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, but just not too good, but it's very cool up here, boy. It's a lot of, oh my goodness, you could imagine what's with the weather up here.
And I sweating.
You could imagine what's going on. I'm inside, I'm cool. I'm outside, I'm cool. I'm everywhere, it's cool. You could imagine what's going on up here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I just want to shift your program a little bit, if you will allow me to do that. Here.
Just know as soon as you're done, I'm going back to the IMF, eh? Yeah, well, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That was a nice program you had was Thursday night or Friday?
Friday night.
Friday
Well,
night?
go ahead, yeah.
Friday night. Yeah, here. What's about the program? What's about the work the road what was decayed in closure? What's about that road? We haven't heard anything about that road again. What was happening about it? Is any conclusion? Any conclusion come to that?
Here's what. I would hold any conversation in relation to that for one particular reason. I received a message from the Prime Minister's Ministry, the GIS, that there will be a press conference on infrastructure tomorrow morning. All of a sudden, they know they have to keep a post-cabinet press briefing. So in the morning, they're having a post-cabinet press briefing.
What time tomorrow morning? I want to tune into that program.
I can't remember if it's 9 or 10, but one or the other. I'll double check in a while. But they're having a post-cabinet press briefing regarding infrastructure. Additional to that, they are also, during his program tomorrow, he's going to be taking questions in relation to infrastructure. But you know, they cherry pick which questions. So questions like what you have would be good questions for folks to call him live on air and ask him. And don't just leave, make sure that he answers the question. So call him live on air, because when you send the questions in, they cherry pick. If they find we don't want that one too hot, we ain't touching that, they leave it alone. And then they try to tie up the time with other things.
But you see that the problem with me here, where am I here now? Oh, Grenada is 2 hours ahead of my time. So sometimes when you have a program going on, that's why I'm sleeping still.
No, what I'm saying is when that is going on tomorrow evening, even if you don't call and ask the question, there are literally a couple thousand people viewing this program, and any one of them can pick up a phone and call. It doesn't necessarily have to be you, but I'm saying it in general, that we have to challenge him. In fact, one question I would like somebody to ask the Prime Minister, because you don't want to see my number, they hear my voice, the call go lose. So what somebody has to ask him is, he stood in Parliament and talked about 2 bridges for River Road. We want to know where those 2 bridges are, and we want to know why the River Road project is not completed. And if he say he didn't say it, all you know, I had the video.
I remember when you had that program on the air. I was listening to that program. I was listening to it. Yeah, I was listening. And I even heard he was saying the same thing. There is the 2 bridges on the port just waiting to come and install it.
No, not even on the port. And he said they're here, so we assume that being here mean off the port already and into some location just to move and put up. But it looked like we will meet another rainy season, and the River Road project still isn't going to be completed. You're having Carifta coming. You're having, you put up things where you say you're going to have other activities taking place down there. And the main thing, to preserve the place that you're going and have those activities, to complete the road project that NNP left with just the last couple phases to do, you're refusing to do it. Or probably they're incompetent, they can't do it. Or both. Incompetent.
You know what, Sheldon? You know what? Election is coming very soon, so you're going to see all of these things just rushing to appear.
I'm coming to that as well. I'm coming to that tonight as well.
Yeah, then now you're going to ask yourself where all these projects come from, because election is right around the corner. So you have to be looking at for all these things. And you know, another question I want to ask you. Today I was looking at, I think it was on Facebook, and the Prime Minister had a I don't want to push myself too far with I don't sure, but there were some school students, like they had a program with the school students. And one of the school students, I think it is Wesley College Secondary School, or I can't remember the tie. The color of the tie, I think it was Wesley College. The student asked the Prime Minister, what's about the healthcare system? And the student, he asked him very interesting question. And I was listening to the Prime Minister, what he was saying. And it was just out of the hook. It was just out of the hook. Because I think I sent that picture to you. Did you get a picture? I forwarded it to you.
No, I watched it. I saw it. I saw the program. So I saw it. I said that. I saw the program.
Yeah, I forwarded it to you to look at it and to listen to what he has been saying. Man, it was, I don't know. I just don't know what happened to this guy.
The reason I can't move about as much as I want to move about is because I spend so much time researching, so much time reading, so much time going over video and doing internet searches, etc. Man, you wouldn't believe the amount of time that does take up. So
I don't know, man. These guys is just according to the Jamaican people and them are just crosses. Crosses. According to the Jamaican. Them is too much of crosses for me. Anyway, my brother, I'm going to listen to you off the air. Take care. Have a good afternoon.
Blessings, yeah. So as I said, I'm gonna deal with the infrastructure thing. Let's see what you had to say tomorrow. But what some of you must call, and some of you journalists, because I know most journalists in Grenada, if they don't listen to this program live, they listen to it afterwards. The Prime Minister said that the 2 bridges are here in Grenada for the River Road project. And he said that going on over 2 years ago in the parliament, no less, of this country. Yet still, we see the situation remains the same with River Road. We see the constant deterioration of the River Road area. We know he wants to take all the projects and give to Reno. Come on, we know. We don't know what's the arrangement on a personal level or on a political level between you and Reno. But we know you want to give all the projects to Reno. We know as well that you want to call the election. We know that you want to call the election. And who don't want to believe it, that's your business. But you have to realize that certain moves have taken place. All of a sudden they know they have to do post-cabinet press briefing. All of a sudden government know that. For the last 3 years, they know they had to do post-cabinet press briefing, but they know now, when it's nearly 4 years after, now they know they had to do post-cabinet and inform people about things. All of a sudden you're seeing MPs creating all sorts of fanciful videos and putting out about, when the time comes, time to vote them back in and all sorts of things. Yeah, Mr. Pinky Tokulux. That's what they're putting out. And you have to understand that the NDC election machinery has been launched. And that is why you see people like that publication speaking about, they need to talk about the IMF report and they need to deal with the IMF report and those kind of things. They're saying that because they're looking for any grip they could grip right now to see how they might be able to gain 1 or 2 votes, understand the politics, understand what is going on right now. Which is why, understanding that and seeing that, I continue to say to all of you, get yourselves in order. I made sure over the weekend, and I sent to as many people as I can, the full consolidated voters list. And I told people, find your name. I had problem finding my name and somebody had to find my name for me. Imagine that. But I sent the full list because it's digital. So I sent it to as many people as I could. Find your name. So I sent to a couple hundred people. Well, find your name. And find the name of other NNP supporters. Make sure you're there. Also, point out the people who die. You know the people who die in your community. So find those people and deal with them. Find those people and get them off the list. Yeah? So I listened to them. I listened. I saw the article. I spoke about the IMF report. Then you have somebody trying to come on. They come on Sunday trying to talk about IMF report. Let me hear a bit about what I was saying about IMF report. Because they had to try and counteract what we said Friday night. So they had to, and out of everybody for them to send, to try and counteract. They send the Minister of Finance, you know. There's who they send.
I noticed that the Ministry of Finance issued a release recently, the recent World Bank report on Grenada,
Yes.
Which continues to show real positivity for Grenada.
Yes.
Tell us your views as to what these continuing great reports can do for the image and the economy of Grenada.
Yeah. Well, certainly it helps to curtail all of the dishonest statements that you hear time and again some individuals making on the situation, and it helps to put into perspective the.
Remember, he's saying dishonest there. He's speaking about things like, for instance, when we say the cost of living increasing. Every Grenadian, they dog and they meow. No. That the cost of living is increasing in Grenada and continues to increase. The figures coming out of the Ministry of Finance is showing you that the cost of living increasing in Grenada. We've seen the CPI. We've seen the Consumer Price Index, which tells you the percentage increase in the cost of a basic basket of items to average Grenadians. Everything from rice and sugar to margarine and chicken parts, to automobile parts to replace, to medication, to care of the elderly, which still remains the highest one with a 33% increase in care to the elderly. So it's nobody's being dishonest unless they are being dishonest and we are reading their dishonest information. We can provide factual information to back up everything we say, unlike Mr. Study.
Status of the Grenadian economy under the National Democratic Congress administration. That's one. Two, it allows for us to be able to, in a sense, access greater investment.
They didn't know that when they was running down the IMF reports under the NNP. Every time there was an IMF report and you had the press conference and you gave the findings of the mission, and then afterwards you got the release and the report and you put out the report, and so these were the same people that were running down the report, you know. Well, not Terry. Terry was in the NNP at that time praising it.
Sure. The outturn, so to speak, of government policies is reflecting positively in terms of the impact on the economy and for the country. So it opens opportunities for us to continue, let's say, diversifying the economy.
Folks, he said to continue diversifying the economy. Those were just his words, right? I want to ask you all a simple question. How has the NDC diversified the economy? Unless they want to say about the economy of Tiffin. Yeah, they might diversify the economy and created the Tiffin economy. Because we know what's going on in those statutory bodies and in government ministries. So they may have diversified into the Tiffin economy. But we know that fishing right now, fishermen still cannot sell their fish to the United States. The main market for Grenadian tuna, closed. You can't sell no lambi, no lobster, no wilts, no nothing. You cannot sell fish to the United States at this point in time. And it's going to have a deleterious effect on agricultural produce and how we get that to the United States. Yeah? So how have they diversified the economy? What new aspect of the Grenadian economy have they brought in? I spoke extensively in relation to ICT and IT and the importance of getting into things like robotics, getting involved in things like drone technology, etc. Nothing. What have they done to diversify the Grenadian economy? Let's hear some more from him.
employment, to continue improving the growth rates, and to continue reducing the reliance on just tourism and construction, again going back to the diversification. So it allows for us to continue that trend of upward mobility, the diversification of the economy, and the general improvement that we see. Now, I think it's important to make this point, because when these releases are out there, it is not a moment for you to gloat. It is saying to you that you are performing well, you are doing good, and you need to continue. That is the most important point. And continue on the development of your country, which we are doing. And so it is not a case for us to say, well, we have arrived. We know that we have a lot more to do, but it's very good sometimes to see people looking out and looking in from outside on the situation.
Ron, you know all of that? Ron know all of that? You know sometimes it's good to have people on the outside looking in. Remember when the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell was announced as finance minister of the year, all kind of thing. It's the same Ron and them had all the nastiest set of things to say about Dr. Mitchell. It's them had the worst things to say when the IMF was sending out their other reports and so on. And again, they're speaking about development since the NDC came in office. I wonder if I have a piece here where you're talking about that. I think I might have a piece here where he's talking about that.
Sometimes just take that down, because you also have to deal with naked and open propaganda, where people would start to say, well, they said that we shouldn't just gloat on reports. But during a previous time, what we were saying is that some of the information was just very basic in terms of what was happening in the country. But the pivot, the move.
What do you mean some of the information? So you had the Ministry of Finance providing, statutory bodies, etc. The IMF came, they met with the opposition as well as the government. That's what the IMF, when they come into your country to do a report, they don't just meet with the government. They meet with the government, they meet with the opposition, they meet with different sectors that they're interested in finding out information from at that point in time. They also meet with civil society, but I don't know if that exists again. But they also met with, under the new national party that existed, I could tell you that, they met with civil society, etc., to get a broad understanding of what took place. So Mr. Study here, talking nonsense and real nonsense. Yeah, anyway, Mr. Study.
We had concerns back then is, for example, we were not diversifying the economy. The question of pension retroactive payment was a noose around the government's neck.
It was not a noose around the government's neck. You all and your friends tried to make it a noose under the government's neck. But by the time you all came in office, the money was there to pay. The structure was there to pay. All the NDC had to do when they come in was pay. But they want to make it look like if, that was something the NNP could not deal with, and they come in and deal with it. Where did they find the $500 million, etc., that they use out there to pay? Where did they find the money? Not in the Treasury, not the NNP that left money there for them to be able to make the payments. So it is not an achievement of the NDC or anything. It's an achievement of the NNP. But some of you hear them talking that nonsense out there and you're not challenging them. You're not challenge them. I ain't saying no cuss out with nobody. Just lay your facts and move.
So, yes, we still get the IMF reports, but the situation, the picture of the Grenadian economy is much better than when we came in. As I mentioned,
of course it would be better than when you came in. Mook. You came in 2022. You came out from 2020, the whole world shut down. 2021, most of the world still shut down. 2022 is when the world starts to reopen. No country's economy, let me repeat, no country's economy on the face of this planet, unless you from a next one, no country on this earth had a normally operating economy during that period of time. The US economy take a knock, China economy take a knock, every economy on earth took a knock. And of course, if the big ones was getting lashed, all the small islands in the Caribbean was getting lashed too. Had it not been for the sound, prudent fiscal management of Grenada by the new National Party between 2013 all the way up to 2020, 2013 to 2020, there would have been no funds, no buffer to be able to deal with the national disaster that was COVID-19. Well, not even national, you know. It was a world disaster. Planes stopped fly, boats stopped run, cruise ships went and park up, some of them never even come out again. All hotels all around the world closed down. The only time some started to reopen was when you had a vaccine, and then you had some of them reopening slightly to be vaccination centers. When you go and you get your vaccine, you go and you quarantine there. That is how some of them were reopened. Other than that, the world was closed down. So the money that Grenada's economy in 2020 and 2021 lost. In 2022, lost because the hotels were not open. You didn't have no set of people coming in. The people who used to send back money from the States and so on, or working on the cruise ships, the hundreds of Grenadians that work on cruise ships, these individuals were unable to do so because they had to come back home. And other people who were working outside of Grenada, all man jack find a hole, everybody come home. So everybody was home watching each other. So it's obvious that your economic situation, to anybody with sense, but then we can't accuse the member of parliament for St. George Northeast of having sense. I don't want nobody come and sue me, so I will not accuse the member of parliament for St. George Northeast of having sense. I don't want to go and say I saying untrue things about him, so I will not accuse him of having sense. So anybody with sense would understand that your economy was in the doldrums of 2020. You had no income coming into your economy. So 2020, 2021, into 2022. Your government came in 2022 when the place opened back. Planes start to fly again, hotels start to reopen, people on the cruise ships start to go out. Late 2022 into 2023, they start to go back by 2024. Everybody back on the boat, all kind of thing already. Businesses that could not operate start to operate and so on again because they had restrictions. In the 2022, there were still some restrictions. So anybody with sense or any person who has a modicum of decency would admit that that was the economic situation at that time, which should be reflective in your GDP, which should be reflected in the amount of money that your country brings in and the amount of money that's available to your country to put out. That's just plain sense. So in 2022, you would see a slight improvement, especially in the last half of 2022, because that's when the place fully opened out. Then you would see more improvement in 2023, people going back to work, different places reopen, people start shopping and things as normal, business start to generate again, so people start to go out. And then 2023, 2024, you're seeing that continuing. And then you had projects that were taking place during the period of the new National Party, like you had the hotels that were being built, that's still being built, that will be completed soon, and all those kind of things. You have the one up in St. Patrick that's been happening. You have the one in St. David, etc. These things started during that time, but they get into a high level of people working on those projects now. But that's not the brainchild of the NDC administration. But then you can't expect Mr. F to know that. Yeah, you can't expect him to know them kind of thing. You can't expect him to know that. And remember, it's the same person in January of the same 2022 was sitting next to his political leader. Well, not sitting next to him because they were virtual, and that alone is supposed to tell you. They couldn't even go in GBN studio. They were virtual. He was there with his political leader when the following statement was made. And let me pull it up for you. You have to remember what these guys say about the same IMF that their frontline publication and their program is saying to talk about the IMF. Well, this is what their political leader had to say about the IMF.
The IMF doesn't run a country. The World Bank doesn't run a country. They've never done so, right? And at the end of the day, saying that you have a good report from the IMF doesn't mean anything if we have significant unemployment, if we have persons who are hungry within our country, if we have children who are not going to school because they do not have access to internet, they do not have access to tablets. And those are the issues we need to talk about, not a report.
I know some children don't even have access to food. Yeah? This is the same person who is political leader, the same guy that just talking about IMF report and all the positives of the IMF report, this is what his political, you see the separation within the organization and the splinter within the NDC as an organization. One group saying one thing, one group want to do a next thing, and so on. So yeah, this is the present political leader, Prime Minister of Grenada, what he had to say when the new National Party got a positive report from the IMF in the year 2022. That's after 2 years of COVID.
IMF doesn't run a country. The World Bank doesn't run a country. They've never done so, right? And at the end of the day, saying that you have a good report from the IMF doesn't mean anything if we have significant unemployment, if you have persons who are hungry within our country.
Again, let me hear you again, man.
The IMF doesn't run a country. The World Bank doesn't run a country. They've never done so, right? And at the end of the day, saying that you have a good report from the IMF doesn't mean anything if we have significant unemployment, if you have persons who are hungry within our country, if you have children who are not going to school because they do not have access to internet, they do not.
And all you know who was the other guest on that program? The same guy that was just talking about the IMF day and this positive, and it's because of the information. He's basically accusing the IMF of being duped. Madness. That is damaging to Grenada. He's basically trying to say that the state of Grenada was lying to the IMF to get good reports. And that is absolute madness. That's why they're going to be saying the stupidness they're saying over the weekend, And I'll come back to phone lines just now because I realize I missed a couple calls. I'll come back to the phone lines just now. But it's when you listen, you realize that as listen to the program too, You realize that as listen to this program. Yeah? You realize because they want to pull the strategy of talking points. Only I find something song familiar here. Listen to this.
Our constituencies.
Well, from the turnout at this electrifying event, if each person can guarantee you a minimum of 5 new voters.
That song familiar to all you? That song is something I keep telling all you for the last few months. Everybody have a responsibility to bring in X amount of new voters. By December, it was 12. Now it is 12 plus 1 for the month of January. While they're looking to bring in 5, we need to bring in 12. Yeah? 12 new voters. Terry, I realize you're listening to Talking Points. Wonderful, bravo. We know we're the standard,
Constituencies.
Well, from the turnout at this electrifying event, if each person can guarantee you a minimum of 5 new voters, well then you're home free. 5 new ones.
Well, I hear you.
Not those that are already registered and you have in the bag. 5 new ones.
Yeah, we know all you have to listen and all you have to try, but all you do have the technique, man. We know all you do have the technique. Again, let me tell all you here. As of December, every listener to this program had a responsibility to go and find 12 new people to bring in as voters for election day. Even if it's people that vote already, but they had drifted to the NDC, bring them back. They count among your 12. There are people who never vote before, bring them in, make sure they register. They have the responsibility on election day to vote. And you have a responsibility to make sure that you have the phone number and call these 12 people and make sure that these 12 people come out on election day and they vote. You have that responsibility. I have that responsibility. Do I feel I don't have 12? I have more than 12. And maybe I have about 50 something. I had to double check the number. Last I had was somewhere around 52, and I'm sure I'll go get more than that. And I have the numbers. Election day, they will be getting a call. Yeah? Election day, they will be getting a call. All man, Jack, and the brother, get them. They have to come out and vote. Yeah? They have to come out and vote. I think I just missed a call again. Call back, caller. This is how I had the computer. I had to kind of shift it there a little bit. Yeah. So call back. Yeah. 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the program tonight. Good night, Mr. Handsome. Mr. Handsome, vex with me. Naika, good night to you as well. I see you there. My dear. Keisha, good night. 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to call. Get on to tonight's program. Yeah, and get on to tonight's program. Because I hear them fellas and them speaking about they had activity and the activity, the this and the activity, the that and all kind of thing. All you're so frightened. Yeah? Why are they all of a sudden you realize that all the NDC and them running helter-skelter, they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. They're running all over right now, trying to do different activities and thing. Yeah? You realize they're busy, trying to do different activities and yeah. Nice? Let me see if I could I find, yes, I think that's what I was looking for, boy. Nice. I find what I was looking for. I found it. Nice? And who messaged there? Lord, I missed the message. All right, yes, I say. Let me leave the thing open here so in case they call, I go hear the phone ring. Right? 1473-440-7377. And I wanna play something here for you again. Let me see here. Yeah, you're speaking about electrifying atmosphere and all kind of thing. Let me see talking about that. Yeah, let me go to it here, man. Yeah, let me go to it here.
Moment.
Yes, indeed. I mean, the entire environment was electrifying. It was a short notice. It was a special branch meeting that was held.
Why would the NDC hold a special branch meeting to get the confirmation of a candidate if they have no intention of calling an election soon? Just think on that one while we take this call. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Oh boy, the person hung up. All right, yeah. Why would they call on short notice a special gathering to select a candidate if they're not staring down the barrel of an election? Understand what is taking place here. These people have engaged the election machinery because I find some of uno still moving too lethargic. Yeah? Some of uno moving too lethargic. The time is now, not tomorrow. The time is now. We have a caller. Hello, good night. Now, what's going on here now? Every time I answer a call, the call dropping. I ain't sure what's going on there. No, I'll call again. You see, one of them must come through. One of the call. Let me see if this one go work. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Yes, my dear. Go right ahead. You're live.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Sheldon, I want to say something. They say LMP dead. So why they don't leave LMP alone? If we dead, we dead. Why they running like headless chicken now? Election is coming soon. I'll get all the register. Register. Election is behind the door.
You heard what he said,
The campaign is on. The campaign is on. The next thing, Sheldon, they say meet and they say the other thing to the Prime Minister tomorrow, please God. But I want to ask the Prime Minister, we see with 92 bridge.
You all have to ask. Don't afraid to ask him.
Well,
he
you
put
know
himself
me,
in the position to ask him where the two bridge there. We want to know.
Sheldon, once I get in on the program, I asked him the question. Where is the two bridge you say that you have for River Road? We still waiting. Is that the port still?
Well, I just passed by the port.
Are the two bridge on the port? Well, maybe Bridgetown and Georgetown, maybe not River Road Bridge.
Yeah, maybe it in Bridgetown. Yeah.
I feel so. And the fishing thing now, Sheldon, is going to affect not only the fishermen, it's going to affect the vendors, the farmers, and it's going to affect everybody. If the fishermen come out and they say they're taking the street today or tomorrow, Sheldon, I will be there. Because I just do my little export to my market in Labe, and which have all my stock on my hand and I cannot ship it. And it's very bad. They have to look for alternative. They said, when I'm saying, Sheldon, they're talking about NMP do this and NMP and do that. But when NMP explained to them, in 2022, the people write them a letter for the end of the year, to submit for the end of the year. All right. They come election call, the last election, which the next person who pick up the portfolio of the next election supposed to look into that.
Yeah.
And Sheldon, what I'm saying, the same people what are not doing the work in NMP, they're the same people they put back then in NDC because them is NDC. You understand? They work on the national party, they don't do the job, they come back in the same NDC, which a lot of them is NDC now, and they're doing the job still.
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon, we had a thing to get the ID card. We wait maybe a whole month before we get the ID card. Because when the woman not doing the ID card, she on holiday, so have nobody else to take over the job. Then you have to go to the workshop to get your ID card. Come on. And there is no way you can go with the ID card. You can't go to the bank with it. You can't go no way to ID card. That ID card. You can't travel with it. To waste an hour use a field vendor. You only put it on you like yes to that certified field vendor. But there is no way you could go in the bank with it.
Mm.
This is blind already yet. Sheldon, this is blind doing the job. All of them who retire and get their pension money, and then they take them back to do contract work. They take them back, all of them because them is NDC. They vote by NDC. But they wasn't working under the National Party too. So there's other cooks and spies. Sheldon, this will end up good and not doing the work. I know I don't listen to your program, all the ministers don't listen to your program because someone knows, I hear you. They don't listen to your program. And one thing with you,
we know.
We'll have the clip. You have the clip to play it over and over to see what they don't say they ain't lying, but they was lying a lot. They're lying too much. These people ain't going to say to that. I don't want them media out today. The Prime Minister don't live in Grenada. He live in Dubai. Because if he stay here and do his job, things will be better. But he not doing his job. So we have to get rid of the Prime Minister. He's here. We have to get rid of him. He don't go. Have a good night, Sheldon.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed. 1473440. And let me give all you a little piece of the IMF report in 2022. Right? The last IMF report before the new National Party left. It said, the authorities' policy response, facilitated by the buildup of fiscal buffers over the past decade, dampened the pass-through from rising global food and fuel prices. In other words, NNP had put things in place, buffers, so that when fuel prices raise, when food prices raise, because they had proper fiscal management up to when COVID hit, they were able to properly manage the economy of Grenada. I think we have a caller online. Let's go to that caller. Hello, good night. Why does this keep happening? I don't know. Why answered and just anyway. Yeah, so let me. Oh, I see what happened there. No, that's not my end. My end is clear. Yeah, so anyway, before we go back to the phone lines, because I realize time catching up on me again tonight. So before I go back to the phone lines, let me go on this particular one here again. Because I want to make a simple point that shows you all election coming, get ready. I don't understand. Some people still come in and tell me, but shall I know next year all cannot listen. So I just need to bite all you know. What do you mean next year? Yeah? Listen to the man clearly and you will understand what's taking place here.
Indeed, I mean the entire environment was electrifying. It was a short notice. It was a special branch meeting that was held. And the notice was pretty short, but people really did come out in the numbers from every single polling division. We had very, very good representation. I think that was very important, heartwarming, and encouraging for me. That really inspired me. All
you know the meeting you're talking about that was electrifying, and Terry keep repeating was electrifying meeting and all kind of thing. All you know the meeting that was talking about there, right? That is a meeting that they had up in St. George Southeast. Yeah, in St. George Southeast. What day that was? Let me see. I think that was Thursday. I think same time probably that we were having our meeting. I think they had their meeting around the same time. And it's there's the electrifying meeting, folks. That's the electrifying me. Everybody sit down who look like they're falling asleep, who look like they're tired. You know, that's the electrifying meeting that they had. You see energy there? You see how electrified they were? Yeah, man. Real yellow power. You see them? Yeah, man. St. George Southeast NDC branch. They had to call a special quick meeting to confirm the candidate. So sit down there and feel election and come in and don't check the voters list. We have until, I think it is Thursday. I wouldn't wait until Friday, until Thursday. You have up until then to make sure that your NNP representative knows the names of the people that have to come off of the voters list. That is the exciting, electrifying meeting that they had, man. Hold on the phone lines. Every time I answer, all you in there. So all you hold on now. Yeah, this is the electrifying meeting that they had, man. The energetic meeting that NDC had that they're talking about there. But they had to use that terminology because they know what happened in Happy Hill on Thursday night. They see what happened in Happy Hill on Thursday night. And since they know what happened in Happy Hill on Thursday night, they had to call what they had there an energized and electrified meeting, and they never see anything like that before. People were so saying, and it was a good meeting and all those guys. And no, we go show you. This is what an electrifying meeting does look like.
Welcome our caretaker, Dr. Adrian Joseph.
Yeah, this is what electrified. This is what energetic. Yeah, this is what an electrifying meeting look like. See, chair in the air, all kind of thing. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's while Ollie was sitting down there, like Ollie was in a wake. What if is good? Ollie afraid him. Come send all your video of all your meeting that was like that, man. Come on, show all your thing, man. Terry, me I know you're trying to fool with that one day. Me I know you're trying to fool with that. Yeah, this was NNP meeting. Meanwhile, all you had like a not even my press session, you know.
Let's welcome our caretaker, Dr. Adrian Joseph.
See that? Yeah, NNP shows what electrifying is. Yeah, electrifying. Go ahead, call election. Call it. Call election. Oh, let's see, I'm laughing. Yeah, I know when I laughing, what's going on. Call election. Call it. Because you have a lot of people that sit down home that does not come out to meeting because they have a fear that something may be lost if they come out because they know all your vindictive. Yeah? So they have that fear in them that if I come out to the NNP meeting and they see me out there, I go lose some benefit that I might have to get from the government. Because they know all your bad mind and all your vindictive. Yeah? And even without them coming out, watch the NNPites. Meanwhile, all you with all your wake session. We know it's wake all you have because the party dead. We know it's a wake all you had up there. Yeah, we know it's a watch them. Yeah, I them. Yeah. Same old. Don't worry, man. Call election. Call it. Yeah? Folks, I don't know why every time this person call it just not coming through. 440-7377. Call us on the WhatsApp. Yeah, give us a call on the WhatsApp. Nice? Yeah, 1473-440-7377. Yeah, give us a call on the WhatsApp, man. Yeah. But that is what's going on. Eh? Electrifying me. Terry, you fooling with that? Come now, man. You move that. Love in the house. Yes, indeed, folks. And folks, outside of all of this, though, I wanted to discuss something else tonight. It's time is quickly running out on me, but let me just take this caller. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Sorry for calling you back again.
Yes, so you know there's a 30 second to, you know there's a 30 second
know.
to 1 minute, so make use of it.
Yeah, I heard you playing the clip there about the IMF, but I remember that the Prime Minister said that he does not believe in the IMF report because the IMF does not run a country.
But that's why I just play.
Think
that's why I just play.
But I think that the IMF have every report from every country, so they can prove the outstanding performance of the government that is in charge of the country, and they can improve that the growth that the government is making. So I haven't got no clue of what Mr. Deacon is saying. He just out of context. I don't know if he have to go and knock his head against a wall to shake his brains up or something. He just out of context. And listen, one more thing again. I remember Mr. Terry, he was, if I'm subject to correction, I think he was with the NMP government before, and he wanted a diplomatic passport, and Kit did not give it to him, so he ran to join the NDC to get this diplomatic passport.
But you
I'm
could not
subject
give
to correction. I don't know
let
if
me
I'm
say,
right.
you're not wrong, and you could not have given, and Dr. Mitchell was very correct in that.
Yes.
And Terry can't tell me that I don't know. I know full well. Yeah,
Exactly,
but I mean,
but
it's my partner, man.
So,
Terry. But we know the thing is, you could not expect the man to give you a diplomatic passport if you're not a diplomat. Come on.
So whatever Terry trying to say now, he just like a rolling stone. He get a no moss. So he just biased. He's stupid. He's not intelligent. Nothing out of in the way to try to criticize the NMP. So he just like a rolling stone. He's trying to get a moss, and there's no moss growing on his side. So he just out of context. Same thing goes to Mr. Deacon, because he said the IMF does not run a country. They have no this and they have no that and blah 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 blah. So
all right.
Deacon and Terry, both of them is out of context.
Okay,
I'll listen to you off the air.
All right, good.
Yes, my brother.
Yes, indeed, 14734407377. And folks, I've been getting some really troubling information about the Ministry of Health. And I thought that if you're bringing the Minister of Health onto a program, regardless of him coming there in another capacity, I would think that at least you took the opportunity to speak about what is one of the most important issues for Grenadians. Now, another important issue is infrastructure. The NDC has been out doing canvassing, doing polling, and so on. You know it, I know it. They've come to some of you who are listening to this program now. You know they've been out there. As I said, you don't know if it's NNP or NDC. When they come, answer the questions, let them go about their business. I ain't saying don't answer nobody. You know who they're coming from. You don't know sometimes. Answer the questions and so on. Because it might be helping your own party. Right? So I'm not saying don't answer questions and so on. But we know that that is taking place out there. You've heard one candidate now tell you directly that, hey, they had to do this one on short notice, so an order pass. Get your houses in order. So all yesterday they elaborate, etc. So you know that once that is taking place, it does not mean that election is next year. It means that election is soon. So it means that you have to put your house in order. And I'm glad what I'm seeing under the live right now, and I'm glad what I'm seeing from several people, that they put in their house in order. A lot of folks are messaging me, Sheldon, 5 people in my house, everybody on the list. 6 people in my house, everybody on the list. Sheldon, me and my husband, we on the list. I have a son, and he could be turning 18 in a week time. I'm bringing him. I'm seeing those messages under the live. I'm getting those messages on both the studio and my personal WhatsApp. I love that. Yeah? And we have to translate that into action during the campaign and on election day. We have to translate that now into action. You see, they're trying to copy everything about everybody find a 5 people. No, everybody find a 12 people. Everybody find 12 plus 1. We in January. 12 was last year, Mark. We on to 13 now, and soon, as of next week, we on to 14. So everybody find your people, because even if you fall short from the 14 and you bring in 6, you bring in 7, you still do good. But we aiming for 14. So let us get our people in. Let us make sure that our people are registered, that they're registered and ready. Pay particular attention to the listen places like Carriacou. Don't leave it up to Senator the Honorable Norland Cox. Don't leave it up to the NNP executive team in Carriacou to do the work. You all have to help them, because you know the situation you're dealing with in relation to your registration officer. You know it is openly one of the NDCs. They openly out there with them. They have woman thing, the day in it. They have national rally, the day in it. As a registration officer, the only country in the Caribbean where something like that could happen and the person still there in the position. So you know you have to, because if you don't do what is necessary to make sure only who on the list, when they realize they can't play with you, they have no choice but to do the right thing. So even though they're in the position, if we, the soldiers on the ground, do the job that is necessary, they can't try nothing. If we check in the list and asking, who is this person? That person then living in Carriacou, they're from Union Island. Who is this person? That person based over in Bakeway, they're not from Union Island, they're not from Carriacou. Why is this person on the list? This person does not live here. They have no familial ties here. Because you see the member of parliament for Carriacou and Petit Martinique find himself over in Union Island and those places campaigning for Ralph Gonzalez. That's probably why Ralph lose so bad. Because them fellas is a blight. So when he go, he lose. Don't be surprised if he's trying to get payback now by getting some people to come over to try and save him. Keep an eye on the list. And that doesn't mean that everybody else don't have to keep an eye on the list too. Keep an eye on the list. Read it, go through it. Take it like a daily newspapers. And if you can't find the list, send me a message, I will send the list for you. But as I was saying, before I run out of time, the Minister of Health was on a program yesterday, and said not a single word about healthcare. But then we expect that because he has done nothing. So he had nothing to say. So when he has an opportunity to speak to the Grenadian people, the people who are going to the health centers and ending up with situation, the nurses who are being told, and listen to this, the nurses and doctors did not receive the additional payments that the Prime Minister promised them they would receive. They didn't receive it for the year. And you know they had a payday that gone already. And the powers that be write to the nurses and tell them, don't call about it, or you might get it in the next pay packet. That's what they tell them. Or you might get it. And then you go further on top of that. You're telling the nurses and them that all of them have to take the vacation now. I don't know how you expect the healthcare system to operate, but you're telling all the nurses that they have to take their vacation now because Mount Sinai is fully taking over things and they will no longer be under the Ministry of Health. They're going to be working under Mount Sinai. Now, I don't know how the Public Workers Union is going to deal with that, because sometimes I just hear a thing and I realize Public Workers Union ain't hear it. So I'm saying it tonight, that the nurses are being told, take all your vacation now. You have 2 weeks inside, you have a month inside, you have 2 months inside, 3 months inside. Take all your vacation now, because when you are transferred over to Mount Sinai, the same Mount Sinai that nurses in New York are protesting in the cold weather against right now, that is operating in Grenada, that you have people thinking now like if Mount Sinai is the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, Mount Sinai doing such a wonderful job in Grenada. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that the nurses, how they are being treated is unfair. Because you're basically pulling them. Now imagine a nurse who probably had, let's say she had 20 years in the service, just to make her 3 years to be able to qualify for pension. how does taking her out from under government and placing her under that statutory organization with Mount Sinai, how does that affect her pension? That is where Minister of Health had to come and talk about. That is where he had to come and, but again, he does nothing in the Ministry of Health, so he has nothing to say. Ministry of Health can't hold no press conference because they have nothing to say. Yeah? They wouldn't even inform us. If there's some new virus out there or some kind of, they wouldn't even inform us. You have to hear it from schools that have hand and foot and mouth disease going around, and them you have to hear it from the schools and make noise about it for them to come and talk about it. So right now, the nurses, they say by the end of this year, they have to take all their vacation. You can't, no vacation outstanding. Yeah? And then you're having shortage of staff with nurses and so on as well. Then you have the situation with doctors and nurses who've been losing days. In other words, you work 24 days, but you're getting paid for 20. And when you're asking questions, they can't answer you how they short you 4 days. That is what people in the healthcare system going through right now. Doctors and nurses. That they work 24 days and you're being told you're paid for 20. And when you ask a question, they're giving you a run around, a ring around the roses. Who so far have 30-something days that has been stolen from them? Who have 40-something days and more that has been stolen from them? Both doctors and nurses are going through that. You have the situation, yeah, where the phone lines and internet down in some of the outer centers. Tivoli, 8 months now, no phone, no internet. Hermitage, 3 years. No phone, no internet. The nurses have to be using their mobile. River Sally, 4 years. And up to now, you can't solve that problem. Up to now, you can't call Flo and solve that problem. That River Sally, Hermitage, and Tivoli. No phone, no internet, doctors and nurses, people trying, you have to get to the health center, you better know the nurse number, or you better know the doctor number, or the cleaner or somebody number, because that's how you could get through the other and that. You better get up and go. Those are the situations that you're finding out happening right now. Here a message I was sent to the nurses and them. Good day, nurses. Kindly note that the honorarium will not be reflected with salaries this bi-monthly. Hopefully by the second bi-monthly it will. This is due to an administrative issue and new system. Don't lie, all you broke. Please ask your staff to refrain from calling. Many thanks. All doctors and nurses are affected. That's the message that they send for the nurses and the doctors. Don't call. We know you all, don't call. Or you might get it next pay packet, don't call. Yeah? The same honorarium, all you never went through the union and negotiate with them. All you went directly to the nurses, all you went directly to the doctors and did not, according to law, because it is legal, that the Public Workers Union is the bargaining agent for them. That's part of the law. You all broke the law and went directly to them and tell them this is what you're giving them. Because I wanted to make the leadership of the Public Workers Union at that point in time look bad. So we understand what is going on with healthcare. And you, as Minister of Health, Mr. Telesword, because I know you does listen. You, fully aware that all of this taking place, not only checking your body, you know this thing taking place. And you have done nothing about it. So we understand why you could come on a program now and have nothing to say. All you rush now. Go and put him on some program to go and talk now. We know that's all he does operate. Rush now. Go and find a program to put him on quick to come and talk about healthcare now. While he at it, tell us about medication because we realize what's going on there again. Many issues in relation to the healthcare system in this country. And these individuals doing like if everything nice and dandy, everything all well in the country. Yeah? Everything nice and dandy and everything all well. Folks, the phone lines are open 1473-440-7377. Yeah, and I want to just jump quickly onto another issue. Now, government is putting forth a rainwater harvesting act, a law in relation to rainwater harvesting. What it's saying in the most basic sense, what it is saying is that, and I'm just trying to pull it up here while I'm speaking. What it's saying in the most basic sense is that all houses over 250 square meters will have to put in rainwater catchment. Old houses as well as new. So whether you're a brand new house, whether it's an existing house, you have to do that. They've included in that other things like the involvement of NOASA, the involvement of the Ministry of Health in relation to the entire thing. So there are other things that you need to fully understand what is being put in place here if you are a homeowner or a business owner. Because once you go over 250 square feet, if you are just building now, they are saying that they will not approve your building plans unless you get an engineer to come and design that rainwater harvesting system. So they must come and design, yes, this is how the roof goes slope. This is how you're going to put in your catchment, your tank or whatever you're going to put in for your catchment. Or if you're going to do like Carriacou people build a lot of the houses and build it on top of the catchment and so on. So according to what design you're going to use, there are special recommendations for Carriacou that are different from the recommendations for mainland Grenada. So it is something that you have to go through with a fine-tooth comb. But you have to understand the cost that would put on a lot of people, because if you're speaking about 250 square feet, that's a lot of the smaller homes in Grenada. That's not a big place, you know. That is some of the smaller homes in Grenada. Which means that you have to find an engineer or whoever to go and put in a rainwater catchment. According to the laws that they have, it's not you could just say, well, I put in a spout in there and I go put a barrel there. No. This is a specific thing that the planning authority have to give permission for. So you have to get permission from the planning authority. They have to give you clarity. They have to do things like check your roof. And if your roof is a roof that is rusty, you ain't getting past. Your roof is painted but it's flaking paint, you ain't getting past. Your roof might be one of those plastic or other material roofs, like asbestos or whatever it is. All it hardly asbestos splings around the place now. But any substance that could leak into the rainwater, you had to change your roof. And we know changing a roof in Grenada in 2026 is not a cheap thing. You're speaking over 100,000 in a lot of instances, in nearly all instances. Because you ain't just going and root off your galvanized and say, well, you change the galvanized, you're going to have to change lumber, different things, according to the type of roof you have. And nobody going to change a roof and not make sure at the same time that it's stronger to deal with hurricanes and that kind of thing. But the question here is, the government ain't getting the money to do that. You have to find the money. And if you have a pre-existing structure, you have 5 years within which you must make that change. Well, that addition. So you have 5 years within which you have to find the money. And 5 years does song as a lot, but 5 years does pass in no time flat. And sometimes you could spend 5 years broke. And the government has offered no mechanism to assist with grant funding or otherwise to help homeowners to go into it. And let me make it clear here. In no way are we saying that rainwater harvesting is a bad thing. Nobody with sense would say that kind of thing. So you expect Ron to say that. So nobody with sense would say that kind of thing. We would never say that rainwater harvesting is a bad thing. It is not what you do and what you try to implement. It is how you try to implement it. Yeah? When you look at other aspects of it as well, you realize that, you remember last year, they passed the well, I'll call it the Water Act. Let me see if I have the proper name of it here. I have the actual act. The Water Quality Act. That is an older act. Then you have the Water Resources Management and Regulation Act that was passed last year, and the amendment to NOASA, where they basically say that all the water in this country, you could have your own property. You have a pond on that property. The water does not belong to you. It belongs to the state. Yeah? You could have 20 barrel collecting rainwater. It is not your water. It belongs to the state. All water in Grenada belongs to one body. It does not belong to the individual. So while you have to pay your money and capture, you have to pay your money and put your things in place to get it, it belongs not to you. Yeah? So if the state has use for it, they could even come and take it, because it's not yours. Right? So it finds itself, the act that they're proposing now, and they said in section 25 of that act, and I should have section 25 somewhere there. Section 25 of that act says, oh, I know that's not it. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, Regulation 25 speaks of these conflicts that it has with other regulations. And here what it says there, the regulation shall have effect notwithstanding anything to the contrary in the Water Resource Management and Regulation Act, Public Health Act, Public Health Regulations, Water Quality Act. Don't forget to put the NOASA Act inside there too. They didn't put that inside there, but it has conflicts with that too. Yeah? Because this act that they're trying to do, saying that you must, not that you should, you could, or if you want to, you must capture rainwater for use. Whether it's for flushing toilet, bathing, washing clothes, those kind of things, or if you're doing potable water, etc., it's saying that you must do it. Together with the water you get in the line from NOASA, it's saying that you must put that in place. Again, nobody's saying that that's a bad thing. But you have some people in their 60s and 70s, even 80s, that have their property. No bank ain't giving them any money to go and change their roof. No credit union ain't lending somebody in them age group their money to go and fix a roof and change over a roof and put in a rainwater system. So together with this, what is the government doing to assist the homeowners that are going to have to dip now to find the hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands if they're on the lucky end, if their roof good, and they just have to find tens of thousands of dollars to put in a rainwater catchment system? What is going to be done to assist these people? And how could you put a law in place and say if the law conflict with any other law, forget that. Just focus on what that law says. You could find yourself in legal trouble. So you can't say ignore the Water Resource Management Act that your same government just put in place. You either amend the act that you put in place or you amend the one that you're doing now to fall in line. And anybody that understands law or even a little bit of law knows what I'm saying. You can't have one law that's saying that you're walking on the right side of the street and the next law saying walk on the left side of the street. And then you're confusing people. But again, that is the way that this government operates. They are not clear on anything. They like to dwell in ambiguity so that they could fall on whichever side of a discussion when the time comes. And I'm saying it not to say that this is a bad thing. I'm saying it so you understand what is coming your direction. So you know what you are going to be facing in time to come. Yeah? The Water Quality Act of 2005, that speaks to if harvested rainwater is used for human consumption, it must meet national drinking water standards and can be inspected, sampled, and tested by public health authorities. Now, with this act that they're putting in place now, and with the Water Resource Management and Regulation Act of 2025, it gives the inspectors from the Ministry of Health permission to enter your property at any time. It says any reasonable time. But it doesn't say who has to say if it's a reasonable time. So suppose the inspectors from NOASA, the Ministry of Health decide they're passing around now, and they want to come and check your water now. To them, it's a reasonable time for them, because they find your home now, and they don't have to get permission to come on your property to go and check your reservoirs of water. Yeah? So understand these things. All of these little things are things that are in these laws that they're putting forward, because sometimes they put it out there and they put it out in a form that many of you would not go and read it, or would pass it by and just say, "Ain't bother with that," until it come back and sting you. So that is why it's important for people like us who are seeing it to come and say, "This is the situation." I see one of my friends here saying they have a concrete roof. Well, it's according to the state of the concrete roof. If the concrete roof have lally and thing on top of it, you're in problem. If it painted with the wrong type of paint, you're in problem. Yeah? And I hope you have the money, because you might have to go and find an engineer to come and do the thing for you. So these are some of the things that are being put in place. And we need to understand what they're doing and why they're doing some of these things. Yes, we understand. You sign international treaties, you sign different things, and it's saying that you have to try and preserve water, and we understand that. Yeah, we all for that. But it is how you implement these things, because it is going to have a serious financial implication for nearly every single Grenadian household and business place. Business places, you are not excluded, especially some of you who into manufacturing, etc. You have to have serious, according to your roof space and your space and everything, you have to have proper water catchment as well. So down to the business places, you all might be able to get a loan from the bank or the credit union to put it in. But what about the rest of us? What about the people who are of a certain age, as I mentioned before? They can't afford to do that. That is why they put this there now, hoping to win election to come back and just do it afterwards. I told you all on numerous occasions, and people who I speak to personally, I told them that anytime you see this administration come with the marijuana bill, the cannabis bill to Parliament, no election coming right after. So it is time for each and every one of us to lace up with boots and get ready. I find us still hearing too much. At some places, you don't have enough people here to do this, enough people here to... What's the matter with us? We have to understand, don't wait until you see music truck hit the road and rally and t-shirt and so to do the work by the time. Listen, that part of an election campaign is fluff. I have a good partner used to use that word all the time. That is fluff. You have to do the hard work now. You have to do the hard work now. Whether it's the canvassing, not everybody brave. Not everybody is the brave type of person to walk house to house and ask people their views. Not everybody brave enough to do that. We understand that. So you don't expect everybody to come out and say we're going and canvass. But there are some of you that brave enough and can do it. Offer your services. Offer your help. Because you know what you're going through right now. You know that if you drive through Wall Street, bet your bottom dollar you might have to pull in by Trios or one of them parts place right after. You might have to find yourself buying, well, you might have to get a ride to go by Nights or to go by Steele's Auto. Because you know the pothole and them potholing. Right now, parts of Grenada looking like a lunar landscape. Come and talk about infrastructure tomorrow. Parts of Grenada looking like a lunar landscape. When you see pothole. And to me, like they're letting it get worse so that they could use that as the excuse to grab who they want to grab to come and pave. Yeah? They're using that as the excuse. Oh, the road's so bad, it is an immediate need, so we have to get this person or this entity to come and deal with it. Yeah? And folks, before I run out of time tonight, we get into the last few minutes of tonight's program, let me remind you all, we're coming down to the end of the month. This week is the end of the month. We need your help. We need your assistance. Those of you that can, remember to go onto the site. And okay, Ami says she can't do it. But those of you that can, please assist in whichever way that you can. Even if it's $5 you could give it. $10 you could give it. $100 you could give it. You could give more than that, give it. Whatever you can give, try and help the program. Telling you the election is sooner rather than later. And we have to make sure that we expand putting our messages out there. Yeah, and let me just give you an example. You're going to see when you click on the link that I put up, it's going to come here. You're going to see that. And you can decide whether you're giving $5, $10, $50, $100, or another amount. It's up to you. All right. You could put a note here. You could just say, let me know exactly who it is donating. Right. Your email address, your phone number, and then you can put in your card information here. Your first name, last name, and your card information. It is a safe system. It's the same system. The same people that do the system that people use to purchase tickets for different shows and so in Grenada. It's a safe system. So don't worry about if I put my card in that, it go end up in some scamster hand and that kind of thing. No, it is a safe system. Yeah, you just go to the link that I put up at the end of the program. You type that in, it brings you here. And then using your debit card or your credit card, you go, you select the amount that you would like to donate, and you donate. We need your assistance. You know me and come in here and ask for the program if I didn't need it. We need your assistance. Yeah? The time is coming closer. We have to expand. We have to improve. It very well might hear that talking points end up 3 hours instead of 2. Some husbands just bust a long stoops because they does already meet me in tongue and complain the wife ain't coming to bed early enough. She's staying until the last word drop on talking points before she comes to bed. Some husbands just drop a long soup, an extra hour. Yes, we might actually go another hour. Yeah, and we might actually have other programs that we may do. You may see a Sunday program and other programs according to what. But we need you. We can't do it without you. Yeah, the equipment that we have right now is because of you. From the lights that I'm using, to the laptop that I'm using, to the mixer, the microphone. Well, not this microphone, but the other microphone that I use is all because of you. Yeah, and we need your continued assistance if you can. And some of you home locked up in the snow right now. So make your donations, all right? Folks, I think we're going to call it that for the night, unless anybody wants to call within the next few minutes. We're going to shut it down because the other night, they gave me for 3 hours there, you know. So right now, if we had to take it early at night, we had to take it early at night, yeah? But we're still going to give you all the opportunity to call for the next 5 minutes or so. We're still going to give you all the opportunity to call and get onto the show for tonight. And yes, we will be doing the Friday night program, God's willing, this week as well. But as usual, yes, we still look for your donations toward that show as well. Because there are cost implications when we have to do these things. When we have to do especially the Friday night program, there are cost implications to it.
Some sector planted much more than banana, embrace ICT and renewable.
So what you do, some people are asking me, where do you go to this? You go to pay.go2fet, go to fet. So go2 as in the number fet.com/484. You must put the /484 so it takes you to talking points. All right, if you are willing to donate. If you can't, we understand. Not everybody is financially liquid. So we understand from those of you that cannot donate. Yeah, but those of you that can, please donate and assist the program as much as you can. Yeah, we need the help. Yeah.
A country that's blessed with people like me and you. Celebrate number 52 and all things.
And again, for the next few minutes, yes, taking your calls 1473-440-7377. You can call on the WhatsApp. I hope when I call out on the program during this weekend, I say to call from your constituency and let us know that you have checked the voters list, that I get callers from every constituency. Yes, because I will be making that call by Wednesday. In fact, I feel I might make that call tomorrow night, I don't think I want to wait until Wednesday. I want to hear that you have checked the voters list, yeah?
We blend seamlessly with everything around.
We want to hear as well, if you don't have the number, you don't know who to contact for your constituency, to pass the information on to, that this person, that person shouldn't be on the list, or that you're not seeing your name, because there may be situations that you're not finding your name on the list. If that is the situation, let us know as well. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night.
Hey, good night. Go right ahead. You're live.
Yes, boss. The representative in the South.
Mm-hmm.
I got a stepdaughter. And my friend, I think she will tell you about it too. She name is on the list and she died since in 2018. So I would like him to get
since 2018, you say, so that means wow.
Since 2018. Yeah. And it's on the list.
Message me on the same number and give me the name.
I tell Kathy to tell you about it, so I guess she will fill you in.
Okay. No problem.
She knows it too. Yeah.
Okay. Great. And that's the perfect person you tell. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you so very much, my brother.
All right.
Yeah. And folks, that's what we need to do. We need to make sure that those names come off the list. Yeah, you don't want an inflated list with names of people that die, because there are countries that dead people has end up voting, In some countries that has happened, Yeah, people has appear and all kind of thing and vote for people that are dead. So let me make sure that the dead does not rise in Grenada and vote. We want to make sure they come off the list. Right? So those names of people who have gone to the great beyond, I know Antonito spoke to that before. During late last year, he said that there was a set of names that were given, and those names came back on the list again. And Antonito, you need to let me know if those names are back on the list again. Yeah? There is no way. Let me explain it to you all. Learn this and understand it. There is no way any political party, any individual, any candidate, any campaign can thief an election from you if you're vigilant. If they thief it from you, you allow them to thief it. So don't come to cry election night and say, I lose by 1 or I lose by 2. Don't cry election night and say that. Yeah, you allow it. If you did not do the work, you allowed it. So nobody can thief an election from it. That's why I'm saying to all my listeners out there in Petit Martinique. I know you're listening in Petit Martinique. I know Carriacou. I know you're listening. Yeah? That is why I mention you all. Because if there is an intent and you all do the work that has to be done, there's no way they could thief it. They can't. Carriacou is not Texas. Carriacou is not even a town in Texas. So everybody know everybody. So you all must be able to, whether you do it in your communities and you sit together, you say, that girl in Leicester, you and some others. But I don't know if that girl in Leicester. But even if 1 or 2 of you sit together, 3 or 4 of you with the list, and you go over it, while somebody doing that in Leicester, some group doing it in Dover, while a group is doing it in Windward, while a group is doing it in Bujeju, while another group is doing it in Hillsborough itself, wherever it is that you all sit and get that done and pass the information on to help Senator Cox, because you all know you all in a tenuous situation due to the person in charge of the electoral system. Pay attention. And that doesn't mean that every other constituency doesn't have the same concern. You all need to do what is necessary. And we all must continue to let people know two main things as I end off tonight. One, a vote for any other party, but the New National Party is a vote to keep the NDC in office. Let me repeat. A vote for any other political party, but the New National Party is a vote to keep the NDC in office. That is not if, that is not might, that is not maybe. It's a statement of fact. Once you ain't voting for the NNP, you're voting to keep the NDC in office. Don't think that I ain't going to vote for NNP, but I ain't going to vote for NDC and I'll vote else. No. You're voting to keep the NDC in office. You ain't voting to take them out. You're voting to keep them. You like what happening in the place. So you're voting to keep them in office. Yeah? That is the first one. The second one is remember that the New National Party, you see it here, sir? Let me move the mic. See it here, sir? Nice. Move that mic, you move your sword. Nice. The New National Party, love in the house. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'm out. I'll be back tomorrow night, God's willing, with more Talking Points for you.
Change, world order rearrange. The banana trade died, so we diversify. Transform the tourism sector, planted much more than banana. Embrace ICT and renewable energy. We never lost dive, today we strong and alive. The economy thrive, so much benefits we derive. While some countries fumble, our economy but never a war. Tell them the truth about Grenada. Let them know we anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. A country that's blessed with people like me and you. Celebrate number 52 and know all things are possible. We anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. Natural forces threaten, yes, we vulnerable to hurricanes and storms, drought and soil erosion. But protect our natural beauty, preserve biodiversity, and we safeguard too the well-being of the people. We blend seamlessly with everything around we, man and his environment in perfect harmony. What natural forces alter, we rise up together to build back better. We anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. So feel proud to say we are resilient people. We may fall to the ground, tumble down for sure. We won't stay down for long. No, we anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. The numbers are few who have it better than we do. Celebrate number 52 and know nothing is impossible. We anchored in faith, guided by purpose too. Build a Christian society, put trust in the Almighty, and anchor of faith, so it bend but can't break. Peace, justice, much